What's up everyone, it's your girl Shay here and welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. And as you can see by the title of today's video, I'm doing some manga recommendations, and that's because on Instagram, on my Instagram, if you haven't followed me, please follow me, it's linked down below. But on my Instagram, I put out a poll, a question, however you want to put it. I put out something on there where I basically asked a lot of my followers what they would like to see more of on my YouTube channel. And one of the things that someone suggested was more manga recommendations. So how I'm going to go about these manga recommendations is it's kind of a, if you read this, then you should read that. And that's kind of how this recommendation is going to go. I have in total three mangas in total that I did this with. So I don't have a whole lot. It kind of took me a minute to really have to hash out and figure out why I chose certain mangas with other ones. So yeah, it's just a lot. But let's get started with the manga that I will recommend for you guys. So one thing I do want to say also is that I'm going to try my best not to have any spoilers. So I'm definitely going to be talking about these mangas in a very, I guess, general sense, kind of talking about the plot kind of in both, but also how I find the character similar or the plot similar or something like that, similar in a way where I feel like if you have read one, you will want to read the other one. So let's get started with this video. So the first one I have for you guys is if you've read Dream and Sun, then I recommend reading Living Room Matsunaga-san. So the main reason why I chose to match these two together, as far as like if you've read one, please read the other, is because of the main character. So the main female lead in both of these series does end up living in a boarding house with a group of people. The only difference is that they're both living in the boarding house for different reasons. So in Dream and Sun, the main character kind of feels out of place where she's living at her house, so she ends up kind of running away and moving into the boarding house. While in Living Room Matsunaga-san, the main female lead, the reason why she leaves is just because I think her grandmother is ill and her parents think it would do well for her to basically live away from home for a little bit. So two very different reasons. I also matched these two together because both of the main characters seem to be about the same age. They are both in high school, and also because of the love interests involved and some of the drama involved. So both of the characters end up falling for older guys, but there's also a little bit of a love triangle involving somebody else that also lives in the boarding house. So that's why I kind of matched these two together. Granted, both of these series, I think Living Room Matsunaga-san, I have not finished yet. It is only up to volume 8. I finished all the volumes that are currently out, but it is still an ongoing series. While as Dream and Sun is 10 volumes long, and I still actually technically need to finish it. But based on what I've read, that's why I had to match these two together. I feel like the characters are the same yet different. They're both very, not gullible, but kind of innocent characters a little bit. And I feel like the older characters involved in here that is kind of supposed to be their love interest, they also kind of have very similar personalities. So yeah, definitely recommend reading Living Room Matsunaga-san if you've already read Dream and Sun, or vice versa. If you've read Living Room Matsunaga-san, definitely pick up Dream and Sun. So yeah, that's the first one I have on this list. Now for the second manga I have on this list is if you've read Your Lie in April, I recommend reading I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Now, both of these mangas are very, very different as far as what they revolve around, but both of these mangas do teach the reader both very valuable lessons and definitely makes the reader look at their own life in a new light and how they are living their life. So in Your Lie in April, it mostly revolves around a boy by the name of Kosei Arima, and he is like a piano prodigy. But after the death of his mom, he kind of has some issues playing music. Well, in I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, the main male lead, whose name we actually don't find out until towards the kind of like the end of the series, he kind of is just going his way through life. He's very much an aloof boy. He's not really anyone special in particular, but both of these main characters end up coming across a young lady that kind of changes their outlook forever. It kind of changes a lot that's going on in their own life and kind of really just is the jump start to them basically living. And that is why I had to match these two mangas together, is because of the fact that they both have a male lead that is kind of stuck in a certain part of their life and is going through their own issues or lack thereof when it comes to I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And then both of these characters come across a female character, or the female lead, who changes everything about their life, and they just come across them in the most, not random ways, but come across them in some of the most spectacular ways. And both of these female leads are very exciting characters, very energetic characters, and that is why they are so drastically different from the male lead. And so that's why I had to, like I said, match these two together. Now, granted, both of these series are kind of a bit of a tearjerker, but they are definitely wonderful series. So definitely, if you've read Your Lie in April, I definitely recommend reading I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Also, both of these series do have animes attached to them, so I recommend watching them as well. Although I haven't watched either one of them, I've just read the manga. So yeah, so if you've read Your Lie in April, definitely read I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, or vice versa. It's up to you. All right, so now on to the last series that I have for you guys, and that is, if you've read Skip Beat, you should read Kitchen Princess. Now, I know both of these series, once again, very, very different. Skip Beat deals with a lot of like the entertainment business, while Kitchen Princess, based off the title, deals with a lot of food and cooking. And you would think I would match Food Wars up with Kitchen Princess, but I haven't read Food Wars. I've only really watched the anime, but hear me out just a little bit more. So in Skip Beat, you have the main character whose name is Kyoko, and she kind of basically leaves her hometown to go with her friend Sho to Tokyo because he wants to make it into the entertainment business. But after being done dirty by him, she decides that she tries to make it in the entertainment business herself to try and show him up. While on Kitchen Princess, you have a girl that pretty much is going to a cooking school. Her name is Najika, and pretty much is kind of the ups and downs of her at this cooking school because she wants to be a renowned chef, and she's an amazing cook. And this manga is awesome. It also has recipes in it as well, so if you want to try cooking the recipes that she makes in the manga, you definitely can. Now, the reason why I matched these two together is because both of these main characters have a special talent. Kyoko's ends up being acting, which that isn't a spoiler. It shows up pretty quickly in the beginning of the manga that that's what her special talent is. And of course, for Najika's, it is cooking. So they both have special skills. But also, the reason why I matched together is because both of them have such drastic personalities, but they both have very similar backgrounds. Now, for Kyoko, she also isn't really raised by her parents. You find out later on kind of bits and pieces about her background, but you kind of find out fairly quickly that she was mostly raised or grew up around Sho's parents, so she worked with them at their inn. So she was always taught not to show a lot of emotion and not to show a lot of expression, and also that she had to be a bit of a perfectionist if she wanted to have any sort of love or anything like that. So she just was very much a perfectionist. While for Najika, she actually was also not raised by her parents. You find out what happened to her parents during the course of the manga. And she's actually raised by a sweet old lady and in basically kind of like a foster home, but she's able to express herself. She's very much able to be herself. She's very much able to be, not having to put on airs or be something that she's not. She's able to embrace her skill of cooking. And so because of that, both of these characters, because of their upbringings, even though they're kind of similar, but based on the personalities of whom they were with, their personalities were very different. So Kyoko was very much a pessimistic character, while Najika is very much an optimistic one, and at times can also be very gullible. And like Kyoko, she's also like very much a perfectionist. So I feel like they're both a testament of what can happen based off of where you grew up and the people that have a impact on you. Kyoko's upbringing, being due to her not being able to show expression and having to be a little bit more of a perfectionist, has made her pessimistic, like I said, and has made her also a little bit more like, not narcissistic, but very much like revengeful as you start reading this manga. Whereas with Najika, since she's able to show her expression, she's very much, like I said, optimistic, very much of a nice girl. I'm not saying Kyoko's not nice, but she's very much a nice girl, while at times can be gullible. Also, both of these mangas also have another character involved that the main character, meaning Kyoko Najika, came across when they were kids that greatly shaped their outlook greatly shaped their lives in some way, and this person is closer to them than they think. So that is why I match these two mangas together. Now, as far as Skippy is concerned, Skippy is still an ongoing manga. I currently own up to volume 23. I'm currently doing a reread of this, and I think they're up to like volume 43 or 44. They're pretty far in this manga. Whereas Kitchen Princess, I think, has 10 volumes in total. I own the 4 omnibus volumes of this, and I own all of them, and I've read it before, and I cannot recommend Kitchen Princess enough. It is not a manga I hear a lot of people talk about or have read, so definitely recommend reading it, because like I said, while they both have very starkly different plot points, the characters are very, very similar, and like I said, are a testament to what can happen if two people have the same upbringing or similar upbringings, but the people they're around have very different personalities. So yeah, definitely recommend. Like I said, if you read Skip Beat, read Kitchen Princess, or vice versa. If you've read Kitchen Princess, read Skip Beat. So yeah, definitely pick up these two. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these recommendations. Sorry. Whew, my nose itches. But yeah, I hope you definitely enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing this. I definitely will probably do more, especially as I start to read more and more manga. So yes, definitely hope you guys enjoyed this. So down below, I will have linked all my social media accounts. I have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a TikTok. So please check me out on there. So yes, I will see you guys soon with a new video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up for manga and thumbs up for reading. And of course, if you don't like it, give me a thumbs down, just because it lets me know what you guys like and what you guys don't like. And feel free to comment below any suggestions you have for future videos or how you like this one. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy in today's day and age, stay healthy, and of course, please stay safe. All right, you guys, bye.